3, 2, 1. Party time! Ba-na-na. Hey, everybody. Okay. Guess what? We're starting early because I don't want to wait. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. How's everybody doing tonight? Let's check it out in the chat. Chatty chat. We got Jazzy in the house. Hey, Jazzy. Of course, my bitter chickie. Hello, hello. Of course, she's right on time with the hit that like before we start. It's too late. I've already started. I have in fact started. Kimberly says, howdy. With the little. Hey there. Patty said, me. Because I said, who's ready? All right. Dropping down. Doris coming to us all the way from, Broadheadsville, Pennsylvania. Doris, I know you didn't name that city, but I need to know who named that city. Because really? I'm wondering if there's like a lake nearby and there's a fish that's called a broadhead. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that it wasn't like Pilgrim Days coming up on their wagon. Billy Bob Josh Kebab turns to his wife and he's like, man, these people here in Pennsylvania, in this town, they got some really broad heads. I don't know. If that's any indicator of the night we're about to have, I'm just putting it out there. But hey, Doris, I'm so glad that you're here. Janet said, let's get this party started right quickly. I know, Bear. That's what I'm saying. Jess said, ready, Freddy. Love that. I say that all the time. Hello, Janet. Hey, my twin is here, Kate. Hiya from I was about to say Seattle. That's it. It's the new name from now on. Seattle. Watch, I'll forget in 5 minutes. Seattle. Thank you. Hey, I'm glad you're here. Hey, Mary Beth's here. Hello. Freddie Man. Freddie Man. Hey there. Striga's in the house. Howdy, gang. Well, hey there, y'all. My bitter chickie, she's like, if you're not early, you're late. Yes. In my specific instance, that is how I feel about everything. But see, I think if this was Allie's World, right, which would be a great show name, Allie's World. It'd be like Bobby's World. You remember that cartoon from back in the day? Hit that like button if you remember Bobby's World. But if it was Allie's World, I always get to things early, and then I want them to start when I get there. So, not like put anybody out, like in a bad kind of way. I'm just excited and I want to get things going. I hope that made sense. Somebody's going to watch this on the replay and they're going to be like, Allie, the world does not revolve around you, okay? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I get excited. Hey, Shelly's here. Hello, hearts. Hey, Carol's here too. Hey there. So glad you could make it. Okay. Everybody's saying hi. Carol Moore. Do we have 2 Carols in the house? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Listen, the more Carols, the better, right? That's what I say. As a matter of fact, that's what I always say. Okay. Oh no, Doris, I used to live in Kunkletown. Doris, stop it. Are you pulling my chain? Kunkletown? Really? I guess I don't have a leg to stand on. I used to live in Jupiter, Florida, and people used to think I was crazy for that. They were like, that's not a real place. Yes, it is. And we had the bumper sticker for my middle school and everything. Hey, Sai's here. Hi from wet New Jersey. Why? Okay, Sai, I have a question. Are you wet? Are you swimming right now? Are you pulling one of those on me? Or is it raining? let me know. I've got sunshine here down in the south, so let me know what kind of weather you're having. DJ says hello, everyone. Elizabeth says hello from Virginia Beach. That's an awesome place to be. Oh my goodness, Sandy. Thank you so much, Sandy. Yay. Sandy's in the house. Finally made it to a live. Woohoo. Yeah, I've been trying to rotate the days here so different people can join in, because I know not everybody can join on a Thursday, not everybody can join on a Wednesday. So I'm just trying to switch it up, give you guys some options. But Sandy, thank you so much for that. You're so sweet. Super Sandy in the chat. Yay, Darlene says, glad to catch you live. Me too. If you ain't first, you're last. Elizabeth, I think you hit it right on the head. Okay, Sasha's starting it off with our first question. Before we dive into questions, if you guys will check out the little ticker I got going down at the bottom, I have some awesome coupon codes listed, and I wanted to let you guys know that I am now sponsored by Claimable, which is awesome. So big round of applause for them. If you are struggling with getting your prior authorization through, Claimable is the way to go. And guys, their stats are phenomenal, which is why I went after them to be part of the Fitflavorfun community, because you guys know, like, I think everybody should have access. So anyway, so check out everything in my new little clicker down there. And then, of course, if you have questions, right, just like Sasha did, do the QQQ or the question marks so I can make sure that I get to your questiones. Let's jump into it. QQQ. Hello. Well, hey there, Sasha. So what is going on with this green list? Is it redacted or no? So confused. Yeah. So I have my own thoughts about the green list, which I'll explain in a minute. But to specifically answer your question, it is currently redacted, right? Because government, we like to redact everything. It's like, hey, we've got a list of things, but you can't see it. But you can see that there's a list. Just believe us. Take our word for it, right? Now, do I really think there's a green list? Yes. Do I think that it's going to be everything that everybody's claiming it's going to be? No. Because in my opinion, it's essentially going to create competition between the makers of, the various places that make the components, right, that go into these GLP-1 meds. And it's essentially likely going to become something where you have to pay to get on the green list if you don't already. The reason why I say that is because back in the day, which if you're ever wondering what day that was, it was a Wednesday. Back in the day, I used to make reusable items sewn at home with cloth for various purposes. The most popular items that you would see commercials for now are like the menstrual panties, right? Those started out with small creators like myself who used to make them in their homes and sell them. And then what big companies did is lobby the FDA and say, hey, we're a big tampon company. We don't want these people to sell this because that's not fair and they're making money. So then what they did was they made it so that you have to pay to then get licensure to be able to make medical devices. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't know when underwear became a medical device. So it put a lot of small businesses in a pickle, and many of them just closed up shop, right? Because the fee was upwards of $3,000 and $4,000. Well, that's what these people were making in like a year, right? This was their little side hobby job, It was not something, they weren't like a big corporation. So it started out with okay intentions, like, oh, if you're going to make these things, then, you need to be doing it right. Okay, fair enough. But then they went off the deep end. And then after they went off the deep end, it was like you didn't have to prove anything. You didn't have to, meet any kind of criteria. You just paid the fee and got the license. And that started this exact same way. So for me, green list, meh. Like, I appreciate what they're trying to do, and it's certainly better than nothing, but I think it's going to create shortages. Great, let's create a compound shortage. I think it might mess with pricing. Great, let's make it more expensive for patients who already can't get their insurance to cover it, so they're having to pay out of pocket. Can you tell? Can you tell? This is a sore spot for me. Sasha, I know you probably didn't mean for me to go off on a tangent, and I love you so much. This is a great question, but I have been holding back about this green list for quite some time. So, I am watching carefully to see where it goes. Are we going to have access to it? Is it going to be something that's truly for the patients, or is this going to turn into another pay a fee to get a license to be on our special list type of thing, right? And I don't mean to sound so negative about the FDA. The FDA does a lot of really great things. But I think that because this is a new area and they're being pulled in so many different directions, right? It's like I think they're trying, but I don't know where it's going to go from here. So, Sasha, starting us off strong with a great question. Thank you for that. Kate. Okay, Allie, you actually said it closer to the chef's real name when what the settlers came up with. Lashute seed? What? Lashute seed? I don't know. You lost me. What's a lashute seed? I don't know. Kate, explain yourself. Explain. See, and you just caught me off a tangent there. So my brain is like, okay, JC's here. Good evening, y'all. Everybody's like sounding real Southern today, or you're just all setting me up to sound Southern when I read your comments, right? Hey, Allie, we're here for a rootin' tootin' good time. Pew, pew, right? I don't know. With this crowd, it could go either way. Hey, Venus is here. Oh, so trust me, you're not late. I'm just early. So you're doing great. Actually, what I meant, I'm so glad that you're here. And yes, I'm going to say it that way every time. Hey, Amy's here. Yes, the Ready Freddy. That's what I heard growing up. From Advance, North Carolina. They're out in front of everybody else. They're in Advance, North Carolina. Or, if you're fancy, North Kakalaki, which is what I call it. Actually, what I meant, saying love you live. Hey, I love you. You're great. Shelly, just finished my swim. Hey, good job, Shelly. Did you do 20 gabillion laps? And for those of you who may be new, Shelly joins us from the pool when she's doing her laps. So I don't know if somebody's new, they're going to be like, what are you talking about? Why is Shelly swimming? That's what Shelly does. Okay. We've just accepted this about her. This is her swim time. We like to invade it. Okay. Taryn with the QQQ. How is the split dosing going on 15 milligrams? Phenomenal. If you watched my update on 15, I am having no side effects, which is great. I feel fantastic. I mean, between the 15 milligram tirzepatide and the NAD, like guys, I am loving life. So the split dosing thing is fantastic. I don't know what I'm going to do going forward, and I've gotten some questions about this in videos, and I really don't know how to address it because split dosing has been so phenomenal. So I don't know what I'm going to do when I use up my compound tirzepatide and then switch over to the pens. I don't know what I'm going to do. So I'll keep you posted on that. Oh, Kate, explain herself. La Chute seed is one of two languages here. The other is Chinook. Okay, so I know what Chinook is. Okay. I did not know what La Chute seed is. But they both sound so cool, don't they? Like, why can't we have cool stuff like that? Why does everybody else have to have cool stuff? That's what I'm saying. But thank you, Kate, for explaining because I was so lost. I was right there with you, but I was lost. I was like, what? Doris said, for real, Poconos, Pennsylvania. Yeah, don't be poking a nose. They don't like it. Hey, Judy's here. Hello, Judy from Minnesota. It's 79 and beautiful right now. That's fantastic. I am so happy for you, Judy. Cy is in the rain in New Jersey. New Jersey. Hey, Lorna's here. Hello there. Working out at my office gym tonight during the live because the freeway is closed due to an accident. Oh my goodness. Well, I hope everybody's okay. I'm glad you're okay and that you've just decided to hit the gym. That's awesome. Everybody's always working out, man. Making me look like a slacker. Everybody's just like getting to swimming, Shelly swimming, Lorna's working out. Lorna, I don't know what workout you're doing, but this is the workout. Hello from Grove City, Ohio. Hi there, Sherry. Sherry's Berries. Spoonie Magoomy. Spoonie Magoomy. Hey there. I'm so glad that you're here. Actually, what I meant looks like the question everyone is asking in today's videos if you split dosing at 15 milligrams and how. Yeah, so I am still using up my compound tirzepatide. And for those of you who may be new, I had purchased a 6-month supply. So I am coming to the end of that. And I have not decided how I'm going to do going forward because the split dosing is phenomenal. It's so great. I feel great. There's a lot of consistency. Anyway, if you want more info about that, I made a video. So yeah, I'll keep you guys posted on what I decide to do. I'm really torn. I'm really torn about what to do because I really like the way that split dosing makes me feel. Like there's no extreme high, extreme low, right? When you're like right after shot day and then coming back down at the end of the week, like everything is just even keeled. And I find that it's so much easier to meet my protein goal, my calorie goal, my fiber. I have been killing it on my fiber goal, and I attribute it to the split dosing because it's just, the suppression is not so extreme. It's just kind of even keeled. But I'll keep you posted on what I decide to do. Debbie says, hello from Essex, MD. It's been raining. Oh no. Rick and I are packing the truck so we can head to Garden City, South Kakalaki. All right. Rick, you better get to work, buddy. Tell him I said hi if he can't hear me. Hey, Christian says, hello, everyone. Am I late to the shenanery? No, you're definitely not late. I started early and you said shenanery, so now we all have to drink. And by the way, don't forget to let me know, how are you hydrating this evening? I am testing out some new electrolytes. And I gotta tell you, they're pretty phenomenal. I'm excited, but it's all hush hush right now. I got to finish going through I got like a sample pack, so I have to finish going through all the flavors, but so far they're all rating pretty high. So I'm pretty impressed. All right. What we got for shenanery tonight? Mariella. Hey, all, first time here. Well, hi there. I'm so glad that you're here. Welcome to the shenanery zone. Pew, pew. Lost 70 pounds on tirzepatide compound in 1 year. That is awesome. Love your content. Thank you. Drive with you to work every morning. Yay. Well, good. Well, first of all, I'm so sorry that you have to drive into work. I think that that should be illegal. I think everybody should just be able to work from home. We are, in fact, living in the future. Secondly, congratulations on your 70 pounds. You are a freaking rock star. And I'm so glad that you're here. So make sure if you have any questions that you put them in the chat for me so I can get to know you better. I can help you out. Anita's here. Hey there. Joni's in the house. Hey there. Hi there. Ho there, everyone. Oh, geez. I just quoted the original Mickey Mouse theme. Yeah, I love that. I am hoping, fingers crossed, to go to Disney World here soon. So that's going to make for some really fun GLP1 content because my dad and I were already talking. And I was like, I don't think we should get a meal plan because I'm on a GLP1. Is that really going to save us money? I don't know. Who's a big Disney nerd here? Maybe you can help me out. Help me plan my Disney vacation. I've already started buying stuff. So, but Joni, I love that you did that with the Mickey Mouse theme. Love that. Okay. Jess said, looks like you're right on time. Hey, Vanessa's here. Hey there. Thank you so much for the super chat. You are so sweet. Is there any way we can message you directly or email you if you have an Allie Interwebs roast request? Yes, you absolutely can. And anybody can for any reason. So in all of I think it's on my channel, actually, it'll tell you my email address if you want to email me. I actually have people who email me all the time with their questions, which is phenomenal. Yeah, and if you have a request for a video, if you have a request for a roast, if you have questions and you don't feel comfortable posting them publicly, there are a couple of ways to get in contact with me. So of course you can email me, or if you are on the Book of Faces, or you can join our Facebook group, and then you can message me there as well. You can send me a private message. You can post in the group and say, hey, Allie, message me. Whatever is most comfortable for you. But yeah, you can absolutely send me an email on the Allie Interwebs and I will respond. Sometimes, side note, if you email me, it does go to my junk folder. I do check the junk folder, but there may be a delay in the response. Don't hold it against me. I promise. Anyway, I could put it in the chat for you so you don't have to hunt it down. Hang on. Hold on while you watch me type. Go back. What? You oh here. Meep meep meep. Okay. I put my email in the chat, Vanessa. There you go. Watch now. Everybody's going to email me and blow up my email. And then Outlook's going to be like, you're out of control, man. Okay. Who's the turkey? Lucina Grace. What, was there a turkey when you came in? Turkey lurkey? Hey, Linda's here from Stockton, California. Pretty me, pretty E. I swear, Allie, you are too funny. Thank you. Thank you. One of my idols is on my shirt. If you can read it. Like this video if you are a fan of Ace Ventura. Okay, let me catch up to the comments here because I know I don't want to miss anybody's questions. Hey, Sasha said, congrats with Claimable. Thank you. They are amazing. Yes, they are. They are the reason I have Zep again. Great. Their process is so easy. If you've lost coverage because of Caremark, reach out to Claimable. Sasha, you are right on point. I mean, their success rate is, honestly, it is ridiculously high. And that's why I love them. I think that the more people fight back against insurance, then the better off we're going to be in the future, because they're not going to continue to, push manpower and hours and time, right, into constantly denying everything if we as patients take a stand and say enough is enough. And Claimable 1,000,000% is standing with the patients to say that. So that's awesome. I love that. Elizabeth said, don't have a good day. Have a great day. Free guy. Free guy? Who's the free guy? I don't know why we're dancing, but I like it. There's probably something going on in the chat that I'm not aware of. All right. Linda says, why did you move up to 15 if you are at target weight? Yeah. So Linda, I'm not at a goal weight yet. I actually don't have a technical set goal weight. But I'm still not within the normal weight range for my height and age. So that's why I moved up to 15, because I was having less satiety, less appetite suppression, increased food noise, and cravings. I was having all the things. So that's why I decided to move up to 15. Now, am I in a hurry to get to a goal weight? No. I mean, if it takes me another 6 months, I'm perfectly fine with that. But yeah, but that was why I decided. My first kind of goal is to get out of the obese range, which is where I am right now. I'm right on the cusp. And once I do that, then I can kind of see, okay, how do I feel? Do I need to put on more muscle, which I've been prioritizing muscle, things like that. So, but yeah, Linda, great question. Love that. And I do have a video coming up soon about going to 15. And there were a lot of people that had questions like, what am I going to do for maintenance? All that fun stuff. So I've been giving that a lot of thought. So Linda, stick around for that video. Jackie B, Jackie JB, Jackie JB, green money list. Yeah, I really hope that it's not, right? I don't want it to end up that way, but unfortunately, it's one of those things where it has the potential to go sideways. Like if somebody's not actively managing it, it has that potential. And I've seen it happen, like I mentioned in the story earlier, right? Where, Jackie JB, this is your first live? What? That's awesome. I didn't recognize your name. So, but I'm so glad that you're here. Make sure that you're staying hydrated and that you have plenty of chapstick on hand. Jackie JB, this is my giant chapstick. I just busted it out just for you because you said you're new. But I'm so glad you're here. Tammy's in the house. Hey, Tammy. What's up, Tammy? Losing it Grays, did you show us your shirt? Yes, I just did. I can show it again if I need to. Also, do you really inject in your now non-existent love handle? You are very sweet and very cute. I'm considering it. Yes. So here, we'll do a 2-for-1 special for you. So here's my shirt. Ace Ventura. Shakaka. Okay. And then let me hide your thing here. Okay, so potential injection site. Love handle. Do you see it? I have a lot of loose skin over here. I got a little bit of loose skin right here, but there it is. There she is. Chunky chunk. How many creators do you know that are going to get online and squeeze their love handle just for you? Huh? If that doesn't earn me a like, I don't know what does. You're going to have to spell it out for me. Anyway, so losing it Grays, I would say definitely go for it. If you're like me and you store subcutaneous fat in that area, which, let's be honest, a lot of people do. I mean, I like it. I like it as an injection site. So, and for those of you who may be new, my favorite site used to be my thigh until I lost a lot of the fat that's in my thigh. And now it's kind of uncomfortable to do injections there. There's still fat there. It's still subcutaneous. I could do it, but it's just not comfortable. So I've been focusing mainly in the abdominal area, which means I have to branch out into the sides. But great question. And let me know if you decide to do it. Some people say that they have different side effects. Some people say they feel no difference at all. So, saying hi. Hey, Jennifer's here. Hey, Jennifer, how are you doing? Give us the update. Oh, Vanessa says something. I split pens. See, this is on my mind. I've had great success. I can share my experience, but I know it's taboo and don't want you to boot me. Vanessa, trust me, unless you're, you should go watch some of my old lives where we got some trolls in the comments. I didn't even boot them until they got out of control. So you're not going to get booted. I am very familiar with the process of splitting pens and all of everything that goes into that. It's just, I don't know if that's the route that I want to go. I haven't decided, but I understand it's taboo. You're more than welcome to talk about it. It's not going to get you booted. I only boot people for really getting wild and crazy. Like, if you're dancing naked in the street, Vanessa, I'm probably going to boot you. But, other than that, you're going to be fine. Hey, Jennifer says, I split MJ pens too with my doctor's blessing. See? And there's a lot of doctors that are getting on board with that. So it's just one of those things. I'm afraid that my doctor will just have a coronary. She's not quite as on top of things as the first doctor that I had. So I haven't decided if I'm going to talk to her about it or not. We shall see. We shall see. But Jennifer, I might talk to you about how you're doing it. If you want to, privately, of course. Just because I'm just kind of in the research phase, looking into it. And there are a lot of different ways that I've seen. So anyway, got me off on a tangent. Elizabeth says, starting Retta on Friday, would you recommend a 1 milligram dose split 3 times a week or 2 a week? Okay, so because Retta is still in trials, right? We don't have an actual set dosing schedule. What I will say from the research that I've done is you want to start out low, right? Because there are a lot of people that treat it like tirzepatide and they start out at 2 or 5 or right because they're kind of winging it on their own. And unfortunately, they end up with some gnarly side effects. The side effects are very similar, right, to tirzepatide. So I would say that you want to go as low as possible. And that's going to look different for each person. So I'm not sure which GLP-1 you were on before or how often you were dosing that or what dose you were on. So I can't give you any specifics on this, but the best advice I can give you is even if you think like in your mind, this is a ridiculously low dose. Like I saw somebody in a support group the other day that was talking about doing um zero point 0.5 instead of 1 milligram for the week. They were doing 0.5 twice in the week. So it's 1 milligram for the whole week. And they just wanted to see like how they would feel. How is it different from tirzepatide, which is what they were on. So if you're going to be experimenting, then you want to make sure that you start out low. Do not follow some of these pep heads that you see on like TikTok and YouTube, and they're like, I started out doing 20 gabillion milligrams, and look how buff I am. Do not do that, okay? No reason to make yourself sick, right? Just please be careful, especially if you're not being supervised by a doctor. Da-na-na. So, low and slow is the way to go. Okay. Elizabeth, great question. Okay, Kate says, Allie, that's me. Kate, that's you. Do you know I am... What? You are? I even a retired tribunal councilwoman? Holy guacamole. I did not know that. So thank you for saying my piece language is so beautiful. Well, I mean, yeah, it's true. Oh, no. Am I going to try to pronounce this? Because I'm afraid that I would butcher it. I don't want to be insulting. So, for funsies, just so you guys know, in my day job, which who invented those anyway? They suck. But in my day job, I experience a lot of different people from all over the US and Canada. And so, whenever I come across like a crazy name or a person's name or a city name or any of that, I always try to pronounce it correctly. And I ask the person to correct me if I get it wrong. So, Kate, I love this, but I'm so afraid I'm going to get it wrong. Okay, I'm going to try. Wait, I'm going to hydrate first. Okay. Shot of electrolyte courage. Okay. I'm wondering how vowels go. Masi mekai wawa naika wawa kloshi. I probably said that so wrong. And I have no idea what I said. And knowing Kate, I probably said something crazy. Like, there's a cat in my pants. Tango un gato en mis pantalones. No, all my Spanish speakers will be cracking up at that one. Okay, Kate, you'll have to let me know what that means. I probably should have asked you that beforehand because you're a troublemaker. She probably had me saying something crazy and then recorded it. And now she's going to put it all over the internet. Not that I'm giving you any ideas or anything, but to answer your question, no, I did not know that. And I think that's so freaking cool. And I would love to pick your brain about being a tribal councilwoman. That's just... All right, I'm fangirling now. I'm sorry. I'll get it back together. Kate, we need to talk because you are just cool beans, buddy. I just love you. Hey, Elizabeth says, I'm loving the salt electrolytes. Me too. Wink, wink. Okay. Jennifer said, There are only 30 some likes. You all know what to do. Get that algorithm working. Yes. Yeah, please, if you need to exit the chat or you can minimize it and go over and hit that like button. Unfortunately, the way the algorithm works, like if people are not engaging or pressing the like button, then it doesn't send out the notifications to peeps to let them know that we are live and having a blast. Okay, Tammy says, I'm hydrating by sipping prune juice. What? For reasons obvious to my shenanery peeps. Yes. Yes. Sipping prune juice. Tammy, you made that sound so elegant. Like, I just got this image of you with like this really expensive looking crystal kind of glass, and you're like sipping the prune juice, right? I don't know why. That's just what came to my mind. And you're like, I shall have the constipation no more as I sip this prune juice because it's so delicious, right? No, it's not delicious. Don't pretend like it is. Tammy, I know I'm putting words in your mouth, but I'm just saying. Nobody is like, hey, what's your favorite juice? Well, my favorite juice is prune juice. No one says that. Okay? Apple juice, maybe. Orange juice, probably. Prune juice? No. But I feel for you. I feel for you on that one. Jess says, Allie, I'm sending you a virtual high five because of the NAD plus videos. Thank you so much for doing them. I gave you all thumbs up in my content. Love the info. Great. Yeah, absolutely. I've been getting a ton of questions on the NAD, so I'll have some more videos coming out because it's one of those things where it's so hard to answer somebody's question in just a comment, right? And I want to engage with people in the comments, and I love doing that, and I read all of the comments. I'm actually completely caught up with everybody's comments. But it's hard because I have so much that I want to say when I'm answering somebody's questions. So anyway, I've just put it on the roster. I'm like, all right, I'm just going to have to make another video about it and answer everybody's questions because it's just awesome. But yeah, but Jess, I'm so glad that you like the videos. That's awesome. Okay. My bitter chickie says, if the meal plan saved money, Disney wouldn't send. Yes. Yes. I was thinking for my dad. So it's like, I don't know how that works. Like, I don't think you have to have a meal plan for every person for Disney, or maybe you do, or it's for the group. I don't know. Listen, I have not been to Disney since I was a kid, so it's all new to me. I'm just trying to figure it out, and he's relying on me to do all the research. So Vanessa says, Disney nerd here, do not get the meal plan. Okay. That's what I was thinking, but at the same time, I was like, I don't know. I mean, you can bring your own snacks and stuff like that, so I feel pretty good about that. We shall see. I don't know. But some of those restaurants get pricey. I've been watching lots of videos. Okay. Sasha said, working from home is the best. 5 years now for me. Hate when I have to go into the office once a month. Okay, once a month's not bad. Getting up earlier, have to put on makeup, actual clothes. Yes. Yes. Get in the car, fight traffic. Yes. I feel you on all of the above. Hey, Denise Disney, that's what I was about to say, is a big Disney nerd. I wouldn't get the meal plan. Okay, thank you. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Thank you. I need all the advice I can get. Okay. Losing it grays. Allie, do you wear any makeup? If so, what do you use? Yes. I am like a makeup minimalist. So what I normally have is 20 gabillion chapsticks, lip glosses, right? And then I'll do like I'll have the same eyeshadow palette for like ever and a day. I really like the Naked eyeshadow palettes, so I'll get one of those and like wear it out. I just do really simple stuff. And then I like to add glitter, which is fun. And if I had to pick like my favorite makeup company, it would be MAC. I use their brushes. I use a lot of their makeup. I don't really do foundation. I just do like eyes, lips, and eyebrows, because my eyebrows kind of disappear sometimes. And that's pretty much it. So not super exciting, but I'm a huge fan of glitter. So anytime there's something glittery, I'm like, ooh. If you saw pictures of me from high school, I was, you know how there were the goth kids that like wore all the black, and they were just, and then the dark makeup and just real dramatic, and the big Jinko pants and the right. My crew was like the happy goth. So we were like Care Bears, Rainbow bright colors, hair clips, crimped hair, glitter to the nines, all the bright pastels. Like that was us. So I still hold on to that glitter urge to this day. Anyway, great question. Okay. Let's see. Let me catch up here. I got to catch up. Okay. Elizabeth said, yes, I had Ace Ventura on VHS and watched them religiously. Holy Testicle Tuesday. Yes. Okay. Da, da, da. Okay. Mary Beth says, not formal exercise, but processing fleece is a process. Wait a minute. Did I read that right? Processing fleece? Mary Beth, what are you doing over there? Are you on an alpaca farm? Is that what's happening? You're shaving alpacas while you're watching me live? Mary Beth, what is happening? Where is this fleece and what are you doing to process it? Is it sheep's? Is it alpacas? Side note, fun little fact about me. I used to want to have an alpaca farm because I love animals. But then I saw them getting shaved and I was like, I don't think I could do that. That's a lot of manual labor, and their necks are real like right, and you know kind of hold them and get them to go, and then you're like I don't know that I could do it. Losing it Grays is hitting me with all the questions tonight. Mary Beth, tell us what you're doing. Okay, little house on the prairie over there, what's happening? Just making your own silk too. Let me know what's going on. You've got me interested. Losing it Gray says, Allie, how tall are you? I am 5'5", 5'6" on a good day. But mostly just 5'5". Losing it Grays. I think you get points every time you ask a question. Okay, Allie, that's me. Will you try Zepbound or tirzepatide 20 milligram and 25? You better believe it, baby. When it comes out, when it hits the market, sign me up. Although I had people ask me if I would switch to retatrutide. And I said, sure. And I think they're just going to keep getting better and better and better and better and better. Right? Like, I think it's just a matter of time before they put cagrilintide on the market and utilize it to add with GLP-1s to help with the appetite suppression. So for like people who either lose the appetite suppression or they never have it on GLP-1s, but they get the other benefits, right? So they want to be on one, but they just don't have the appetite suppression. I think they'll market cagrilintide to be like the booster, right? Like I'm taking tirzepatide, but I also take the NAD as the energy booster. I think what they're going to do is cagrilintide and just like put a bow on it and say, you don't have appetite suppression? Here you go. I think that would be smart rather than tying it specifically to another GLP-1. Like just make it an option for everyone who's on a GLP-1. I think that would be smart. But, you know, these companies don't ask me for my opinion. Okay. Scrolling down. Okay. I'm going to have to jump down a little bit here because Kate has lost her mind. Who would be calling me at 7:30? Don't these people know I'm live? Kate, what are you doing? She said, you did beautifully. You are so sweet. Thank you. I probably butchered it. Oh, it translates to thank you for saying my language is beautiful. Oh, I like that. That was so much better than my translation, which was I have a cat in my pants. Tengo un gato en mis pantalones. It's also better than my Klingon translation, which was on one of my recent videos. If you haven't seen that, you should go check it out. But Kate, I love you. You are so sweet. I can't believe you did that. Oh my God. I would love how to learn like to say a whole bunch of things. So teach me your ways, Obi-Wan Kenobi. But I just wanted to jump down and say thank you so much for this. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. That's the most I've ever gotten in a super chat. That's like the superest chat I've ever did. And I appreciate all of the super chats. They're always appreciated. Kate, don't be going getting crazy, going broke here. I love you. You're so sweet. All right, let me jump back up to the comments. I had to jump down to Kate's real quick because it popped up and I was like, oh, is that a typo? What happened? Okay, Tammy said I tried Love Handle for the first time yesterday. Great. How did it go? Linda said, will you do anything about loose skin? Oh, yeah. I'm going to get rid of it. Maybe Claimable will help me if I have a problem. If insurance doesn't want to authorize it. Yeah, so Linda, to give you a little bit of background information, and I do have videos on this, so if you'd like more detail, definitely go check that out. But what I am doing is I make regular appointments with my doctor, and I document rashes, pain, and how it affects my daily life. So, for example, I talk a lot about how it limits my mobility when I'm trying to exercise, right? And that is the type of documentation that your doctor needs to put in your chart. Now, for me, I don't play no games. So I told my doctor specifically, this is what I want you to include in your notes. I'm having pain because of the loose skin. It causes me problems when I'm trying to sleep, which is true. Rashes. I get medication for that. I don't actually have rashes, but I tell them that I do. And I also talk about how it's limiting my movement. These are some of the key points that I've seen people talk about in the loose skin removal surgery groups. It depends on the insurance company on what's required. I just cover all the bases and put it down there. I get the prescriptions filled, even if I don't use them. I always talk about the pain. Like, for example, I went in not that long ago for something completely unrelated, and I was like, "Hey, add to the notes that I'm having trouble sleeping because of the loose skin, and I'm having to wear like a compression tank top at night." And she was like, "Oh, are you?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, but could you make it juicier when you put it in your notes?" And she was just cracking up. She was like, "Allie, you're too much." I was like, "Put it in the notes." And I check all of my doctor's notes. If you're not doing that, you need to start doing it. So, yeah, she doesn't play any games with me. I tell her exactly what I want her to document. And that is for the exact purpose of getting insurance to cover skin removal. Now, they're likely not going to cover all of it because I want the plastic surgery part, which is the muscle tightening. And I may want lipo depending on what I look like at that time. So I will have to pay for that part out of pocket. But the rest of it, like the actual right? They don't cover anything cosmetic. They just cover the actual skin removal part, depending on, where it's being removed from the body. Great question, Linda. Got me off on a tangent. Okay. All right. Heather says it helped with suppression a lot in the flank love handle. Yeah. Take a sippy sip. Stay hydrated, my friends. Okay. Mary Beth says, thanks for sharing about split dosing. Had to switch from tirzepatide to semaglutide. I'm not a huge fan of semaglutide. I've never tried it, to be honest. It is completely biased opinion. With split dosing so far, no side effects. Great. Great. Yeah, there are a lot of people that got switched to semaglutide either for insurance reasons, cost reasons, and many people struggle. Mary Beth, and I know I think I've said that before. I don't think you're one of those people, if I remember correctly. Don't count it against me if I don't. Okay, losing a grace. Allie, you have 60 seconds to grab 3 items before a natural disaster. Losing a grace, where are you coming up with all this? You're on a roll tonight. Do you just have like a list of questions and you're copying and pasting it? Because I love it. 60 seconds to grab 3 items before a natural disaster forces you to evacuate your home. What do you take with you? Okay. 3 items. Okay, so because you said items, I'm not going to include family and dogs. We're going to assume that they're already in the car, but now I need to get 3 items. Okay, for the sake of your argument. Number 1, I'm going to grab a pillowcase and I'm going to grab all of my Mounjaro and NAD out of the fridge. Not lying one bit. I 1,000,000%. And then I would probably just like grab stuff out of the freezer, like to keep it cold. Okay, so that's one thing. Okay, all my meds. I'm going to grab my meds because priorities, right? What else would I grab? I'm going to grab my important documents folder, which is exactly what it sounds like. It has my marriage license, all my medical records, emergency contact info, all that jazz, bank account info, all the things. It's all in there. So that's like a big binder thing. So I would grab that. So meds, important documents binder. And in my jewelry box, which is like a larger stand, it's like a jewelry stand that has the things that open up. In one of the drawers is my childhood toy. He is a white polar bear. His name's Blackie. And I would grab him. So assuming everything else, right? family, dogs, all in the car, they're good to go. Those are the 3 things that I'm gonna grab. And I'm loving your questions. You really got me thinking on that one. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, pretty me, pretty. I think they realized that the trial was just that. The more user have really changed things for dosing. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. I mean, the information is constantly evolving and it will continue, right? Like when Mounjaro first came on the market, right? Versus now, like it's such a wide range of, how differently we do things. So, okay. Freddie Man. No, I want to know about how to split the pens. Yeah, well, you may just end up with a video about it because I'm considering doing it. I don't know. It's one of those things, like it's hard to say. Like do I really want to encourage people to do that, right? Like I get everything okayed by my doctor beforehand, but not everybody does, and it's just something to think about. But yeah, there's a lot of information out there, and we're actually about to come up on Vanessa's comment. Looks like she's talking about it. Hey, there goes Kevin. Okay, Jess was very smart. She's grabbing her purse, her car keys, and Zepbound. So smart. I didn't even think about car keys. I'm assuming that my family and my dogs are all already in the car. Therefore, we have car keys because otherwise, how do we get in there? I'm playing around with the parameters of this situation. So, she's laughing in there. All right. Vanessa said, splitting pens. I know you know this already, but here's what I do. Wash hands. Already starting off great. Clorox wipe all surfaces. Love your clean practices. Inject pen directly into sterile 3 milliliter. Sorry, long day. Vials from Amazon. Okay. Add 150 milliliter backwater. Okay. To make 200 milliliter. Okay. And I'm guessing that's for dosing purposes. So that all sounds correct to me. Assuming that your 150 backwater is because of your dosing requirement. Elizabeth, I've never been on a GLP. I'm a baby pep. That's so cute. I'm a little baby pepper. But I'm also over 400 pounds. Okay, yeah. Going back to what I said earlier, low and slow, right? You are much less likely to have an issue either with side effects or, problems if you're low and slow. I know that for many people on Retta, it can be really challenging, like the first 4 weeks. Since you've never taken tirzepatide or semaglutide, it's likely not going to, kind of play with your mind like that. Like for people, specifically tirzepatide, we usually have this large number in our first month, a lot of which is water weight and inflammation. With Retta, I find that people still have that, but it's over a much more extended period of time. With tirzepatide, it kind of hits you like all in that first month. But with Retta, it's like over a long period of time. So, but if you've never been on a GLP, right, you're not going to have anything to compare it to. But always err on the side of low, and slow. It's going to be frustrating the first few weeks, and then it catches. And then that's when you really start to see the difference. And you want to make sure you're doing all the things, right? You've got you're prioritizing protein, you're staying hydrated, you're making sure you get your fiber in, you're staying on top of constipation, right? Don't let it go more than 3 days without doing something. Don't become an ER visit, right? You got to do all the things and it will catch up. So, anyway, that's just based off of my research. As I've said before, I ain't a doctor. Okay. Linda said, I thought that the milligrams were the strength of the medication and not the amount, not the amount which would be milliliter. Correct. Yes. So whenever you're talking about what dose you're on, it's always milligrams. For example, I am on 15 milligrams terzepatide, right? The dose is 15. When you're talking about milliliters, that's the volume. And you also will hear people talk about the units. That's the measurement on the syringe, how much they draw up. And if I had $1 for every person that I helped during the week that messaged me and was confused about their dosing because they don't understand the milligrams, the units, the milliliters, I would be rich. Because unfortunately, this is something that is not very well explained by our medical community. And so people think that, oh, I take 20 units and that's their dose. But it's actually not. That's how much you draw up in the syringe in order to get your dose of blank, right? So, yeah, but going back to what we were talking about earlier with the milliliters, that's also on the syringe, right? It's the volume of the backwater that's being added in, but not something that you have to concern yourself with unless you're doing research grade or gray market. Okay. If you've got compounding pharmacy, they're doing that step for you. If you've got name brand, they're doing that step for you. You just follow the instructions. My bitter chickie says sips. Okay, here we go. What's in your cup tonight? I can't tell you. Electrolytes. It's a secret. I'm drinking Liquid Death. You guys, I got a funny story about Liquid Death. So, if you've never seen the Liquid Death cans, they've got like this skull on them and they're really cool looking and like all the cool kids they have one, right? I was in the grocery store one time and I was like, I'm a cool kid. I want to try this Liquid Death thing. What is this about? What flavor is this? So I kind of look it over and I'm like, okay, I don't know. I'll try it. I put it in the cart. And I'm like, you know what? I'm thirsty now. I'm going to drink it now. I open it up. And it was the most crisp and clean water that I have ever purchased for like $5. I was like, first of all, why is this delicious? Second of all, this is so cold and so good, right? Because like you're walking around the grocery store like your mouth's dry. And then when the lady rang it up for me, I was like, why is it so expensive? But anyway, that's my funny story about Liquid Death because I didn't realize that it was water. I thought it was, some kind of flavored drink. I don't know. Dr. Death, their version of Dr. Pepper. Love that. I am drinking mystery electrolytes tonight. I will be doing a review of said electrolytes. So I'm not telling you what flavor it is, but it's delicious. And I love it. And I think it might be my new favorite. Hey, Margaret's here. Better late than never. Yes, absolutely. JC said, you're so amazing, Kate. Yes, Kate is amazing. We love Kate. Okay, Darlene says, I think I have PTSD from my mom giving me prune juice as a kid. Yeah. Yeah, for some people it's Pepto that gives them that that feeling, but for many it's prune juice. Leaving it graze. How many in the Chinook Indian Nation today? Ooh, this is a great question. Kate. Calling all Kates. She already answered. About 3K of us. That's not enough. I find that number to be unacceptable. We need more. Where do I go to get more? I did a lot of research about all sorts of different nations. And I'm just always so fascinated by the culture, the language, the beadwork, the just the traditions of the people. Like, it just blows my mind. It's just phenomenal. Kind of like Kate. Kate's phenomenal. Phenomenal. I could get that word out. I said it too many times in one sentence. Phenomena. Boop, boop, ba-doo-boo. Phenomena. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Janet with the QQQ. Are you supposed to pinch the skin you inject? Some people say yes, some no. Thanks. So here's the thing. Do you have to pinch? No. I would be more than happy to show you that you don't have to pinch at all. For people who are just starting out and they are completely new to syringes, it may feel more comfortable for them to feel like they're stabilizing the area. But here's the thing. Janet, we're doing a demonstration. Oh, I put you up too high. Okay. So here, I'm going to do YouTube, don't shut this down. This is just my stomach. Okay. So, say hello to my little friend. I couldn't help myself. Okay. So, when you are stabilizing the area, right? You see how I'm just kind of holding the skin, or up here. You're holding it, right? You're not doing this. Do you see how that's so tight and squished and squeezed? And the skin here is very, very tight. That's what I see a lot of people doing. Come back up here. Okay, there you are. So there's a big difference between using your hands to feel like the area is stable and pinching the crap out of yourself, right? There's a big difference there. And for the record, you do not need to hold it or stabilize it or anything. Now, that's if you're doing an area that you can see and you feel comfortable doing that. So for many people, they feel like they need some sort of stabilization when it comes to doing under the arm, or like for the thigh. But if you think about it, for people using the injector pens, it specifically says don't pinch. All you have to do is get it against the skin, apply a little bit of pressure, not hard, right? We're not like jamming it in, which I see a lot of people do that too. You're just making clean contact with the skin and then pressing the button. So, do you have to pinch? The answer is no. If you pinch too hard, can that cause problems? Yes. You can cause bruising. You can cause the injection to like come out of the injection site slightly, which means A, you're wasting medication, and B, now it's on your skin and you have to get it off your skin very quickly and cleanly. Otherwise, it can cause skin irritations, which you'll see for a lot of people. There was a young lady in my support group. She used to post, I mean, every week, clockwork. And she would have these huge red welts. And she's like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm trying Benadryl. I'm trying this and that and this and that. And I felt so bad for her. And I finally said, I messaged her privately and I said, "Hey, can you show me how you're doing your injection from start to finish? Just pretend like you're going to do one," because she was using a pen. And she showed me, and she was doing the alcohol wipe. She was doing, and then she was squeezing the crap out of her skin, doing the injector pen, and then there was medication right left on the skin. And I was like, okay, you have to get that very, very clean. Like, don't press down, but you need to get it clean and get it off of there, because any amount of a GLP-1 left on top of the skin is going to cause irritation. So I gave her some tips on how to not pinch the crap out of herself because it wasn't necessary. And she, had another week to kind of wrap her mind around it. And then she tried again, zero reaction. So, yeah. So, do you have to pinch? No. Does it make people feel more comfortable? For the most part, right? Like, we've all kind of seen the people do it, and right, you don't have to. It's a subcutaneous shot. The needle is only so long. It's only going to go into the fat, right? It's not long enough to go anywhere else. So, yeah, you don't need to pinch. It's totally fine. Janet, phenomenal question. Love that. Sherry Ann 68. I ordered an AD from your link and it shipped, and it just shipped. I should have it tomorrow. So excited to start. I'm so excited for you to start too. Make sure you keep me posted. And can we just talk about that shipping time? Like, guys, I did a lot of research before I jumped in with another telehealth company, right? Because for many of you who've been around a while, you know that did not go well last time. But I am really impressed with this company and how well they're doing. So, Sherry, thank you, first and foremost, for using my link. And secondly, keep me posted and let me know how you're doing, how you like it. But yeah, so fast. I'm like, what? How did they get this to me so fast? It's fantastic. I still need to do a video where I show the unboxing and everything. It was pretty fantastic. I have a little tiny cooler now. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it came in a tiny cooler. Okay. My Bitter Chickie says, any discounted Disney gift cards at Sam's for food budget and you've prepaid it? That's awesome advice. Yeah, I've been seeing people talk about that. So we might do that because I have a Sam's membership. My dad doesn't. He has Costco, but I have Sam's. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll go get us some cards. But then you have to carry around the gift cards, right? Can you like load up all your gift cards onto your Magic Band? If not, then Disney, you should get on that. Okay. Francine, I'm local to Disney World. You lucky duck. Went to Epcot Food and Wine yesterday. Okay, cool. Ate 2 different items and I was done for the day, right? Yeah, see, that's what I'm afraid is going to happen to me. And if you get the meal plan free, great. If you have to pay for it, no. Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking if it's like a per person thing, it might be a good option for my dad, but definitely not for me. Because I just don't think I'm going to eat enough food. Like, there are some things that I want to eat, but anyway, we'll see. We'll figure it out. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see what we got. Oh my goodness. Ramsey is a Disney travel agent. Okay, well, you should send me an email so that I can get a quote with you because that's awesome. I love to support people and their businesses. If you do the dining plan, it has to be the same for everyone in the same room. Oh, yeah, okay. The dining plan doesn't always save money, but I do love the convenience. And that was my dad's thing. He was like, yeah, but I want the convenience of it. And I was like, right, but I just don't think you understand that I don't eat. I'm just kidding. I do eat, but I don't eat nearly as much as I used to. And I think sometimes he forgets that. So yeah, hey, Ramsey, if you do quotes, please, I put my email in the comments. Email me and let me know. And I'll send you the info. And, I'd love to support somebody. Because I'm just winging it and I don't know what I'm doing. I'm new to this whole Disney adult thing. I was a Disney kid last time. I didn't have to make any decisions. We just went. Tammy said, it's so cool you and your pops are going to Disney. Me and Hubs went to Disney alone for the first time last year. I enjoyed much more than I ever did with my children. Yeah, I think that it's kind of like a nostalgia trip for us because we haven't been since I was a little kid. And it's just going to be me and him. It's like father-daughter bonding trip. We're going to stay on site. We're going to do all the things. We're going to eat all the things. I'm like planning out all the rides. I've got like a whole notebook where I watch videos and make notes about what time to be there and all this stuff. We're going to ride the monorail. So, I'm mostly excited for the Star Wars stuff because none of that was there when I was a kid. And Pandora, none of that was there when I was a kid. So those are the big things that I'm excited about. And then everything else he wants to do, I'm cool with it too. But those two things are like my important things. Hey, Cloakster's here. What's up, buddy? Don't look over your shoulder, but I'm sneaking in, taking your best Stanleys and petting Kevin. Yay! I am drinking out of my Stanley. Meadow is the color. For those of you who are new, Cloasters was asking me about the colors of my Stanleys, and I'm new to the whole Stanley game. Okay, I don't know the names of all the colors. I'm like, oh, I like the pretty green one. Anyway, I'm so glad you're here. That's awesome. You did. You snuck right in, and I didn't even see ya. D. Marie says, "Where's Kevin?" He popped in for a few minutes earlier. Here's Bear. Could see Bear. Hey, buddy. You're so old, but we love you. He can't hear me. And then he's leaving. He's like, "Thanks for the love, deuces." So Kevin is in the bedroom because otherwise he will be harassing me the entire time when I'm trying to talk to people. So he's likely taking a nap in the bedroom. Jess said, grown-ups get to enjoy the magic of Disney too. Yeah, I was watching a TikTok the other day where some nobody was like, if you're an adult and you go to Disney as your vacation, like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that you have no joy in your life. People are weird. I mean, if you don't want to go to Disney, that's fine. Nobody's forcing you to do it. But she just went on and on and on for like 3 minutes about how adults who go to Disney without children are weird. And I was like, oh, okay, lady. Not so sure you understand what weird is. I've been to Dragon Con, okay? I know what weird is. Disney is not it. It's too funny. Let me know, anybody here, if you've ever been to Dragon Con. I get a lot of activity dealing with chickens and cleaning up after them. Calamity Jane! Were you the one earlier that was processing fleece? Did I miss the answer about that? It's too funny. Gargantuan chapstick. D. Marie, we stayed at Pop Resort. It was great having early access and riding the Skyliner. Yeah, that's awesome. Sheeps reminds of just go with the sheeps. Yeah. All right. Regards to hanging on to the glitter. Yes. 65 years growing out hair for 70s shag. Love that. Yes, processing sheep wool to make yarn. Okay, so it was Mary Beth who was processing. Okay, very cool. Mary Beth, do you have the sheep or sheepies? Or are you processing the wool to make yarn for somebody else who has the sheepies? Let me know. My grandparents had sheep, and unfortunately, they were like the meanest animals ever. My grandparents, they had all sorts of farm animals, right? Because that's what grandparents do. Um, they had cows, they had goats, they had the fainting goats. Don't even get me started as a kid. Um, they had all sorts of stuff. Dogs, cats, like they had all sorts of things. And the only animals that we as the grandkids did not like were the sheep because they were so mean. They would butt you, they would right like dive and eat like anyway, not a big fan of sheeps, but they serve their purpose. Like producing wool. Okay. Sai says, send some of that fleece my way. It's knitting season. I'm getting that urge. Nice. Hey, Jess is here. Hey, Jess, what are you doing? Jess is my new friend. That's so awesome that you're here. Thank you for joining. Welcome to the shenanery. This is where it happens. Speaking of shenanery, everybody take a sip because I said shenanery. Speaking of shenanery, in the last live, we were talking about t-shirts. And let me see if I can pull it up here so that you can see. Okay. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but I'm playing around with some designs with a t-shirt company. I love this one because it's got Crunchy True Tide on it. And if you haven't seen that video I did where I interviewed the CEO of a GLP1 company, and talk all about Crunchy True Tide, then you will definitely have to go watch that in order to be in on the inside joke. But yeah, so this is one of the designs. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to take off the Crunchy True Tide for some people because I know some people won't want that. And then what was the other design? Hang on, go back. No, I don't want to crop it. Just calm down, phone. And then here is kind of the other design. Oh, of course, there's a glare. Okay, we'll try it like this. So here's kind of the other. I was going like 90s retro fun colors. That's what I'm going for. So let me know what you think. If you like it, that's just the beginning of what we're looking at. So anyway, Jess, thank you for being here. It's awesome. Leslie says, lots of work shaving alpacas. I alternate retatrutide and tirzepatide. There are a lot of people doing that. And have had good results. So, but yeah, I always want an alpaca. And I wanted to give them like a food name. I think that would be fun, right? I don't know. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Tammy says, Q, Q, Q. Do you think there will be a BMI requirement for Retta when it hits the market? Yes. I think it's going to be very similar to kind of what we have seen with GLP-1s currently. So, for example, the BMI started out kind of reasonable, right? Middle of the road. Then many insurance companies, it skyrocketed to like a ridiculous number that was very, very high, right? So that they could not have to pay for it. And then now we're starting to see where it's starting to come down. I think that honestly, it's going to come out. There's going to be a shortage. Compounding is going to pick it up like that. And it's going to be on like Donkey Kong because everybody and their brother wants the Retatrutide, the Retatrutide. And I really hope that they don't give it some kind of ridiculous name, but I'm sure they will. And I will continue to call it Retatrutide, just so we're all on the same page. But yeah, it will have, BMI requirements that are high. However, I think that there is room in that where if you were, for example, if I wanted to switch to Retatrutide, but I'm on Mounjaro, I think there's room to provide the information and say, hey, here was my starting weight. Here's where I am now. And I'm on tirzepatide and it's not doing anything for me. I want to switch to Retatrutide, right? I think there will be a place for that and a means to do that. So, yeah. I think it's going to be interesting. 2026, hopefully, is when it's going to come out, get fast-tracked, all that fun stuff. So, yeah. I'm excited to see how it goes. D. Marie says, I want to try NAD. Well, D. Marie, boop, 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 right there. Fitflavorfun. So that is linked in all of my most recent videos. That's where I get my NAD. And just in case you weren't here earlier, somebody was just talking about how they placed their order and it shipped out and it's supposed to be there tomorrow. I got mine incredibly fast. So definitely use that link and get on the bandwagon, man. I love it. I cannot say enough positive things about how I feel on NAD. I wish now when people ask me, hey, what do you wish that you had known when you first started a GLP-1? Do you know what I say now? Two things. I wish I had started a GLP-1 sooner, right? Because I was kind of chicken to start it out to begin with. I wish I had done that sooner. And I wish I had started NAD sooner. Those are my two biggest regrets because I feel amazing all day, every day. I have so much energy. I love it. So, D. Marie, I say go for it. Go for it. Link right there. Boop, boop, boop. Here's my other links. And then watch, it's going to come around again. It's coming around again. Doo, doo, doo. There it is right there. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. It's like follow the bouncing ball. Boop, Fitflavorfun. Fitflavorfun. Okay. Sorry. That was the best kids cartoon voice I could do. I hope that you could appreciate it. Cloakster says, take Retatrutide with cagrilintide and never eat again. Well, I don't think that's necessary. So what the Cloaksmeister is talking about here is that many people complain that on Retatrutide, it takes them longer to get to a point in a higher dose where there's enough appetite suppression. It doesn't hit on quite the same things as tirzepatide. Tirzepatide is like the queen of appetite suppression right now. But cagrilintide, or Cagri, as you'll see it referred to, is all about appetite suppression. That's all it does. So, yeah. So many people take Retatrutide and then they end up adding the cagrilintide because they don't have appetite suppression like they did on tirzepatide. So, but yeah. But don't forget, Cloakster, we want to eat. We want to meet our protein goals. So, hey, we got another super chat here. I'm going to have to run down the list. Running down. Hey, Jess left us a super chat. Thank you so much. I love all these super chats. You guys are so awesome. Thank you. Allie, that's me. Do you have any gluten-free plant-based protein powder? Yes. So I am actually waiting for one to deliver that I'm going to be testing. I'm super excited about it. We've got some great flavor options, and I actually get it from LEMD. So it's right down here. I have had people ask me for gluten-free plant-based protein powders that actually taste good. And I got to tell you, I have tried so many, and they've all been duds. But I've heard great things about the LEMD protein powder. I'm waiting for it to deliver. I'm going to test out the flavors. And of course, you guys know me, I'll do a review video. But yeah, if you need something that's gluten free, or if you're looking for something plant based, because right, like the whey protein is, causing you to bloat, or you just don't do well with dairy, which let's be honest, that's most of us, it's an excellent option. So, yeah. So, Jess, great question. Love that. Okay, let me scroll back up. Scrolling back up, scrolling back up. I went too far. I went too far. Okay. Shaving alpacas, BMI requirement. Okay. But what doesn't need more Klingons? Yes, everybody needs more Klingons. Jess said, "You deserve all the love." Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. All my peeps are so sweet. Oh, Anita B sounds like a great t-shirt idea for Allie. What, Jess, what are you talking about? Did I miss something? Wait, go back, go back. She said, Anita. What did Anita say? I feel an oogly boogly tide coming out soon. Yes. For those of you who are new and not familiar with that inside joke, I made my buddy Dave at On the Pen, he made a TikTok video talking about, I can't even say it the way you're supposed to, or forglapron, as the only way you're going to get me to say it right that one time. Anyway, he made this great video, like he always does, where he's talking about it and what it's all about. Da, 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 da. So I made this response video for giggles, because you guys know me. I don't take anything seriously. So I stitched his video on TikTok and I said, how are they coming up with these names? What is this, oogly boogly prawn? Like, what is happening? So that's what Anita's referring to here. And I love that. That would make for a really great Halloween shirt if I put, who is that guy from that Halloween movie that I only watched one time that everybody loves? It's the Oogie Boogie, I think his name is, from Halloween, Jack Skellington, where he takes over Christmas. He steals Santa. What was that? The Boogeyman. He was like Oogie Boogie or something. Anyway, we should do that. Have the med right here and then Oogie Boogie and anyway. The 1 gabillion milligram dose. You guys crack me up. I love you all. Okay. D. Marie says, my shot is tonight. Should I try my flank or love handle? Yeah, if you want to. Absolutely. Yep. Just make sure you use clean practices, right? We're big fans of washing hands, alcohol wipes before and after, right? Don't pinch. We discussed this earlier. Don't pinch. Just hold. But yeah, absolutely. And then let us know how it goes. I do it all the time. So it's just kind of second nature for me now. But I know that for a lot of people, it can be, a lot of people have used it as a means to break their stall or to switch it up as far as side effects go. So I am a huge advocate for people trying all of the injection sites at least one time. so that you can kind of see how it feels, right? Does it make a difference for you? Does it not? Does it make a difference in weight loss? Does it not? Right? You won't know until you try. And then once you try, then you can either add it to your arsenal and be like, okay, so I really like to do abdomen and love handle and thigh, or I really don't like back of the arm, right? Which is me. I don't like back of the arm. It's too hard. It's hard to get to. It's just hot mess. I had the worst side effects there. No, no, thank you, back of the arm. Mary Beth said I had to switch due to money. Yeah, a lot of people. A lot of people have had to do that switch from tirzepatide to semaglutide because semaglutide is more affordable. Anita said they really missed the boat on these names. Why not just call them Fat Be Gone and be done with it? I mean, really. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that going poorly as the next thing comes out, right? I could see that. You were losing weight on Fat Be Gone. Now, we've got a new edition coming out that's no more fatty fat dissolved too, right? Like the naming would just go downhill from there. I'm not really sure how they decide the names. I know Dave did a video about that. He does like name predictions. I'm not really sure. I just like to make fun of the names. That's my thing. Okay. Kate's got a question. Okay. I love those super papaya enzymes you recommend. Oh, hang on. Did I put them away. I'm sorry. Okay. Super papaya enzymes. Yes. They're my favorite. Any other upset tummy remedies you recommend? Oh, and how is seed? Seed is great. Seed is great. Still taking it every day. So far, so good. So I know I've got a review coming out. I see your next question. How is seed going for you? Yes. Good. Good. So far I don't really have anything exciting to say about seed. Like I keep seeing people talk about how it's helping them become more regular, and I feel like I was already regular. So I'm not sure it's helping me in that regard, but I still really like it. So, more to come on that. Okay, so any other upset tummy remedies? If I could talk, that would be great. So Pepto-Bismol chewables are good for a whole slew of different things, especially helpful when it comes to like sulfur burps. So I've used that. You can use the liquid as well, but I personally just the chewables taste better to me. So unless you're one of those weird people that likes the taste of Pepto-Bismol. So there's that. We've got Physeme, which I think is for gas. What else? What else is there? Gluten Ease is really great if you're having any sort of digestive distress related to gluten. I love Gluten Ease. I used to have to take it all the time for my gluten sensitivity. However, now that I'm on a GLP1, I no longer have a gluten sensitivity. Tummy upset. So as far as like gas and bloating goes, a lot of things that have helped me along the way is tracking my food and eating smaller meals. I find that I have more gastric distress of any variety if I overeat. And that's where those digestive enzymes really come in handy. Um, I mean, I take them with me everywhere. So yeah, but I have a video that's going to be coming up about all of the digestive issues and like everything that I recommend. So Kate, stay tuned for that. I know you will. because I'm kind of drawing a blank is what I'm trying to say. My words are becoming tongue-tied. Okay. Okay, Anita said, should have been a gargantuan chapstick because no one should have chapped lips during a natural disaster. It's just not the thing to do. Agreed. Absolutely agreed. Okay, great. Sandy says, oh my goodness, Worf is my favorite Klingon. Mine too. He was so awesome. He was like, that real stoic kind of guy. Like, I don't have feelings, but I really have lots of feelings, but I don't show them because I have honor, right? One of those type of guys. P.S. I'm down 71 pounds today. Congratulations. Met my first goal, but now want to get down 3 more pounds. Thanks, GLP1. That's awesome. Sandy, that's fantastic. I find that's often the case when we set like a goal weight for ourselves, and then it's kind of like, okay, well, we did that. So now that we're used to having all this success, maybe we could move the goalpost again. That's one of the reasons why I haven't set a goal weight, but I am so proud of you for your 71 pounds, you rock star. That's great. I bet you feel amazing. Kate says, my sips is H2Os. And you said sips, so I'm taking a sip of my mystery electrolytes. All right. Diana says, on one of your other videos, someone said 15 milligram of tirzepatide is a placebo. What do you think about that? 15 tirzepatide is a placebo. I would say that I have not seen that comment yet, but I'll have to go see who made that comment because that's pretty funny. And what do I think about that? I don't think any dose of tirzepatide is a placebo. I think that the dosing and how your body reacts to it is just based on the individual. For example, a lot of people make this same complaint about 7.5. 7.5 Mounjaro, 7.5 Zepbound, 7.5 tirzepatide. It's terrible. I stopped losing weight. I stall. This is like injecting water, right? I've heard it all before, many times. And it happened to me on 7.5. It's very common. Does that mean that 7.5 is a placebo? No. It just means that 7.5 was not the ideal dose for me. And I ended up moving up after I, gave it plenty of time and it still didn't do anything for me. Whereas other people who are followers of mine have told me 7.5 was their favorite dose and they were on it the longest time and they lost most of their weight on 7.5 and they felt great. Right? So the thing with peptides, just as a whole, is it's very individualized. For example, I'm taking NAD plus, right, for energy. For me, I'm doing a microdose twice a week. I feel amazing. But someone else may need a higher dose 3 times a week. And that's also amazing, right? Like our bodies are so different. I'm a type 2 diabetic. Maybe they have PCOS, right? Like we don't know like what everybody else is dealing with. That's why it's really challenging to give anybody dosage advice right online because you don't know their whole medical history. So this is one of those things where it just depends on the person. There are many people who went to 15, didn't like it. Excuse me. For whatever reason. Oh my God. Sorry. I'm getting tired. We got 10 more minutes. Peeps, we can do this. There are many people who go to 15, they don't like it, they drop back down, and then they're happy. And that's also okay. Like people, um, you know, they get bent out of shape about the dosage. The dosage is just a number. And any meaning that you assign to it is just that. It's whatever meaning you assign to it. I love 12.5. There are other people who hated it. So just keep that in the back of your mind. But definitely, I would not describe any of the doses as placebo. That's just, it's just silly talk right there. It's just silly. Nobody should be saying that. And you, Diana, you just wait until I go find that comment. I'm going to give them what for from you. I'm going to say, Diana Schmidt told me to tell you. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that to you. It would be funny, though. Ramsey said, my sips tonight is Clean Simple Eats Clear Protein Blue Raz. Nice. I love the clear proteins. Those are good. Anita said, I need to head out early tonight. Lots of back pain for some reason. Oh, no. I hope you get better. Have a great night, everyone. Tip your waitresses. That's right. Good night, Anita. All right. We've got 9 minutes now. So, let's see. I'm going to make sure that I get all my questions here. Hang on while I sippy sip. Linda said, I'm off to sleep now. It's 1:39 a.m. Oh my goodness. Linda, I don't remember where you were. Where were you that is so late? Thank you for coming to hang out with us. I feel like we all had a sleepover at Linda's. Linda, it's only 8:21 here and I'm like ready to turn into a pumpkin. Oh, Dee says, tell me more about how to do the love handle. Okay. I'm going to show you. Hang on. Okay. Go down. Love handle area. Boop, boop, boop. So if you want to hold it, here, let me get my shirt out of the way. So if you want to hold it, you can, right? Remember, we're not pinching hard. And then you just do your injection, right? Of course, after you do your alcohol wipe and then you do your injection. It's just right here. I mean, all of this through here. You see all that? That's all fat. It's like hip bone is here, right? Hip bone is here. It's like the muffin on top of that. Boop, boop. Okay? You don't have to pinch hard. Don't do this. Just hold it. I have a lot of loose skin, so I just kind of hold it in place like that. Do your injection. If you're using a pen, you just line it up, place it on there, push your button. That's it. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Just take your time. I always recommend that people take their time and do their injection in a space where they have calm and quiet and no one is going to bother you. Okay. For most people, that's going to be a bathroom, where your kids are not running around bumping into you, your dog's not jumping on you, right? Your cat's not, going down the curtain, right? Get somewhere quiet, take your time, walk yourself through it. You'll be just fine. It's just like doing an injection in any other area. It's just, you just do a little bit of twisting, but it's like right on your side. Or if you're not comfortable twisting that far to get all the way to the side, I mean, you can do any of that area in the front. People get confused about abdominal injection sites and they stick to around the belly button. Look, it drives me crazy. Okay, so you don't want to do injections right around here, right? Because that's too close to the belly button. It's probably going to hurt. It's not going to feel good. Everything else that the light touches is fair game. You can do an injection up here. You can do one over here. You could do one down here. You can do one right here. You could do one under here. You could do one right here or right here. Everything the light touches. Okay? People, they get like, they're like, oh my gosh, I can only do the injection in this one little space. No, it's the whole thing, honey. All the way out to the sides. So, I hope that's helpful. I've showed way more skin tonight. I'm beginning to feel like this is an OnlyFans channel. A loose skin OnlyFans channel. But D. Marie, I hope that helps you. Again, just take your time. You're going to be just fine. It's just like any other injection site. Do, 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 do. Phenomena. Do, 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 do. Phenomena. Do, 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 do. Oh, that's right. Linda's across the pond. That's right. Linda, thank you for hanging out with us. We love you. Do, 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 do. Marianne Elizabeth. Hi, Allie. Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to find this live tonight. Woohoo. Yeah, well, we're so excited you found it too. We have 4 minutes left, but I'm so glad that you're here. And don't forget, you can watch it on the replay. As a matter of fact, if you are part of the replay crew and you are watching the replay, make sure you hit that like button and make sure you leave a comment and let me know, because I read all of your comments. And let me know that you're watching the replay. I find that there are a lot of people that watch the replay the next morning, and that is totally fine. They count as part of our inside friendship group, right? They're part of our community. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, my bitter chickie says they do not allow gift cards on Magic Bands. Of course not. But you can link your credit card and then pay it off before you check out with the gift cards. Oh, you are so smart. This is why I keep you around, because your brain is beautiful. I love that. Okay. Okay. I'm going to do that. Thank you. Allie, put your email here again, please. Yes. I can do that thing. Hang on. Okay. I'm going to put it in the comments again for you. There you go. If you're watching the replay and you're looking for my email, it is located on like the main part of my channel, right? Like where you see it and it says videos, lives, shorts, memberships, blah, 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 right? It's on that main page in like the description area. If you have questions, you don't feel comfortable asking, in a live setting like this, you can contact me on Facebook. I have a support group, or you can send me a private message on Facebook. I get a lot of messages that way. I like that option because I like to do little voice recordings to answer questions, and it saves me from a lot of typing. But if you'd like to send me an email, or you have a video request or something that you want to email me, then please feel free. Just keep in mind, I do check my email all the time, but a lot of the emails from people that I don't know, they end up in the junk folder, but I check it all the time. So if there's a little bit of a delay, don't be mad. Not allowed to get mad. You can email me, but don't get mad. Okay. Kate, now I'm expecting some kind of email from you. What's happening? Are we going to get together and make that show we were talking about? Allie and Kate take over the world? I need to know. Okay? I have a director in mind. We need to talk it over. We're going to talk about it. Okay. Ramsey said, yes, Allie, I will email you. Yes, please. Travel guide. I need help. Would love to help plan all the details, answer all your questions. Thank you. My planning services are complimentary for those who book their room and ticket package with me. Okay, good. Well, as long as you're compensated in some way, I want to support you. So, yeah, just shoot me an email and I'll send everything over and we'll see what it looks like. My dad was talking about he's had 2 knee replacements, so he was talking about there's some kind of specialty thing that you can get where they take you around on a cart. So, I don't know if you know about that. I'm sure you do if you're like, scheduling these things right. Anyway, we'll talk offline. Talk offline. Okay. By the way, I'm the owner of a couple of threads, and your Era shirt is shipping out on. I'm the owner. Oh, Elizabeth! Oh my goodness, you snuck up on me. Fantastic. Okay, so when I said earlier, guys, that we were going to have shirts made, apparently Elizabeth was incognito in the comments to let us know. Dude, yeah, so we're going to come up with some shirt ideas. Elizabeth, you're so funny. And thank you so much. I'm so excited. I'm going to wear it in like all of my lives now. I'm so excited. But yeah, we're going to help support Elizabeth. She is what is hang on. I know people are visual. Hold on. Couple threads. Here we go. Okay, so this is what the business page looks like. I'm trying to tilt it there so you don't have a glare. Couple threads with a Z over on TikTok. Go give Elizabeth a follow. And also check out the other shirts. Okay, calm down, music. But look, this is the one that originally caught my eye. It says I'm in my GLP1 era. Can you see it? So cute, right? And there are tons of other options. So head on over to Couple Threads with a Z. Also, Couple Threads with a Z, Etsy, on Etsy. Okay? Go check out Elizabeth because she's awesome. And she's going to put together some shirts for us so that we have shirts. And then we're all going to go buy them. Okay. All right. Let me catch up with the questions. Any recommendations for places to research NAD? You've been so enthusiastic. I'm intrigued to consider. Oh no, I've been influenced. Listen, I feel your pain on that one, okay? I was also influenced. Yeah, I would just recommend putting in NAD and like the plus sign just into Google and just going with it. Now, if you're looking for specific information about NAD, right? If you go to where it's linked down below, that will take you to like the main screen where you can look at all the other options that they have, and it will break it down for you on what it does, what the side effects are, all the things that I talked about in my video. But I always encourage people to do their own research, right? Independently. So there are a whole bunch of studies that were done on NAD. You can go see those. Again, you can just Google it. So those studies, most of the good studies are from like 2016 to 2018. So just keep that in mind. I read a lot of the older studies, and honestly, they weren't all that fantastic. So if you want to read them, please do. But the most important information where they did a lot of the human studies, 2016 to 2018. So yeah, definitely look at those research studies, right? Google is the friend. But yeah, you can go to the little link, check that out. You can go to Google. Just be leery of reading about it in like support groups because, right, like that's kind of hit or miss. You're going to find people that say, oh, this is terrible. I got headaches all the time, right? And then when you get down into their comments, it's like, I was taking 20 billion milligrams 20 times a day, right? And you're like, why were you doing that? Where is your doctor? Right? So just be careful if you're going to look in support groups. I mean, you can, but just take it with a grain of salt. Keep in mind, some people, they go off the deep end and they're doing crazy things. Don't do the crazy things. Okay, Sai? Don't do that. But yeah. Another really great thing that I like to do for fun is after I do a bunch of research, I like to search whatever the topic is plus infographics. And that'll bring you up a lot of really colorful charts and things that will tell you all about NAD. Just keep in mind, like I mentioned in my video, some people make a lot of really wild claims, okay? But I'm a little bit skeptical about some of those claims, right? What about you, Sega? Are you skeptical? Are you skeptical? Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, people say all sorts of stuff. Fountain of youth and all that, right? Yeah, Sushi? Yeah. You're gonna show everybody the back of your head where you sleeping? Where you're so sleepy? I love you. You're a good girl. Okay, it's almost time. I know. Poodles are very smart. And they know when it's time for BED. I know. You're being very, very good. You're a good girl. Okay. Can you get off? Off? Be careful. Okay, good girl. Okay, I'm going to finish up. Good girl. Okay, but yes, and so happy that you've been influenced. If you haven't been influenced, definitely go look at my little thing here. Look, we got GLP1s, we got NAD, we got Biocare discount code, we got claimable discount code. We're getting big in this GLP1 game, and we want to save you money. Okay, Sai. Love you. Okay. Elizabeth said, I've never been to Dragon Con, but my husband runs a Dungeons and Dragons campaign, which is equally as eccentric. That is fantastic. I love that. Love Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, Rita says, I live about 15 minutes from Anaheim Disney. Okay, Disneyland, right? Right? Just got Magic Key Pass last month. Was a California adventure this morning with my sister. Enjoy your Disney fun. Definitely for adults also. Absolutely. I agree. My grandparents had a poodle named Cappy. Nice. Cappy Chappy. Okay, Mary Beth is giving us the update on the sheepies. I don't have my own sheep. I am part of the Livestock Conservatory Passport Program. So cool to give awareness of breeds that are in danger of extinction. What is it with everybody coming out with the awesomeness tonight? Mary Beth, that is so cool. That's awesome. And so you're doing the wool and turning it into yarn. You guys are so awesome. Why do you not all live near me so that we could just be friends and like we could all, hang out with Shelly while she's swimming, and then we could jump out of the water and like help Mary Beth with her wool yarn. And then, Kate and I could do a number. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm here all week. You guys are fantastic. I love you. Love them both. Great colors too. Okay, great. So you like the shirts. Love that shirt. Okay, great. Cloakster. Thank you. Thank you for being super. You're so super. Cloakster said, that's a lot to unpack. Listen, if you guys don't read the comments in my videos, you will miss out on all of the gems that Cloakster leaves on all sorts of GLP-1 channels, not just mine. He's really just awesome. You should definitely Sai says alpaca names Retta and True Tide. Yes, I like it. And then another one called Oogly Boogly Prawn. I love that. I got to put this up here again because that was just so good. That's a lot to unpack. I can only ever call alpacas Tina. Thanks, Napoleon Dynamite. Love that money. That movie. Can you tell I'm getting tired? Movie. I would name my alpaca either Tina, Napoleon Dynamite, or Cusco. The poison for Cusco. Cusco is poison. That Cusco? That poison? That's too funny. You guys crack me up. Okay. All right. Oh no, Kate was groaning at my cloakster. Don't do that. He's great. We love him. He's funny. I'm always like, 6 a.m. in the morning reading his comments, just chuckling to myself. Some of the things that he says. Hilarious. Okay. We are wrapping up the time. It is that time in the evening where I turn into a pumpkin. And Tina, you fat lard, come get some dinner. Oh, mama face. Okay. Okay, Melanie said I checked your link out to see how much the NAD would be for me. I need to find a side hustle to pay for it. Yeah. Well, there are some options. If you're looking for side hustles, let me know. I can help you out there. The other thing, Melanie, that I want to mention is there's also payment plan options. So if you want to give it a try, like let's say you want to do the 3-month and give it a try, you can do a payment plan. So you're still paying monthly, but it's a much smaller amount. That's one of the things that I like about this company, because they give you that option and a lot of companies don't. So make sure you check that out. And if you're looking for side hustles, send me a message because I'm always trying more side hustles. You know how it goes. We're all just trying to pay our bills. I'm trying to get out of debt. Okay, Melanie's got a question. This might be a dumb question. There are no dumb questions. But could NAD be covered by insurance? Unfortunately not. Or is this something that always has to be out of pocket? Yeah, so currently it has to be out of pocket because essentially what happens with these peptides is they do a bunch of research. They see how much money they could make off of them. And then they either get picked up by a pharmaceutical company or they don't, right? So like, tirzepatide, semaglutide, right? These are peptides. Make a lot of money. We run with it, right? They pick it up, scoop it up, off they go. They do more testing. Bob's your uncle. But with things like this that are much smaller, like NAD, right? It's been around for a really long time, but because pharmaceutical companies didn't see it as a lucrative item, it wasn't ever picked up. So it's just one of those things. Not going to be covered by insurance. It's always a pay out of your pocket. But I will say, for me, the deciding factor was I looked at all of the money that I'm spending on vitamins. I looked at all of the money I'm spending on caffeine. I looked at all of the money that I'm spending on anything to give me energy. And when I looked at that, I was like, for only slightly more, I could be trying this NAD. And then when I talked to the doctor and the doctor was like, hey, we can start you out at a microdose, I was like, sign me up, because then it's lasting you even longer. So then, Melanie, what I did is you get a 3-month supply, you do the payment plan, right? So you're only paying a smaller amount each month. It's much more manageable. And then you're doing a microdose. So then it lasts even longer. For me, 1,000,000% worth it. So just some food for thought, right? Like, think about it. How many people are getting Starbucks on their way to work? How many people are, drinking 3, 4, 5 coffees a day, right? Just trying to have some energy. How many people are struggling at work because they don't have like that mental clarity, that get up and go, right? Like, and so many of us are struggling with that, especially on a GLP-1. This has been a perfect addition for me. So, just keep that in the back of your mind. I love it. I almost wish that I didn't. Right? Because it would be cheaper, but at the same time, like, meh, sometimes it's worth it to spend a little bit of money and really get something out of it. So, for me, it's great. And now I don't wanna go without it, right? You hear people say, "I got on a GLP-1 and now it doesn't matter if I can come off or not. I don't wanna live without it. It makes me feel great." That's how I feel about a GLP-1. That's also how I feel about NAD. So, Life with Bree says, "You look absolutely gorgeous." Bree, are you looking in a mirror? Because you're gorgeous. Thank you. Nightmare Before Christmas. That's what I was thinking of. Oogie Boogie. Thank you. Bree, helping me out here. Appreciate you. Yeah, I couldn't remember. I only ever saw that movie once. Everybody went crazy for that movie when it came out, and I was like, it's good. It's good. It's not really my thing. Which is okay, right? GG Chronicles. Hey. Hey Gigi. We're rolling out here. I'm getting ready to close it down. Okay. Rebecca here with something a little sciency. This is a little sciency. I really just wanted to say sciency. So thank you so much for that. But for people that benefit more from the GIP than the GLP, do you think the higher milligrams increase the effect of this hormone? So this is a great question. And also it's sciency. So it depends. There is a certain ratio in the meds of the GIP to GLP. And it also differs, for example, from tirzepatide to retatrutide, right? I was talking earlier about how it's hitting on some of the similar receptors, but not to the same degree. That's why retatrutide, you hear people talking about how the appetite suppression is not as good as tirzepatide. So it's the ratios, right, of each one. And I think, if I remember correctly, David on the Pen was talking about this in one of his videos. So you could probably find the research online that shows you what the exact percentage is, like what the breakdown is. So yeah, I think that it's just going to depend on the med. And I think it's going to change and evolve over time. And it might be something that they change for the higher doses, right? To make it more effective. I don't know. It's very sciency. It's also very futuristic. And I like that. Okay. Okay, Gigi says, any advice for someone like me who is on 12.5 and the weight loss is super slow? Yeah, so if you are close to your goal weight, it's going to slow down. If you just recently got under 200 pounds, it's going to slow down. If you have been on a GLP-1 for over a year, it's likely going to slow down. This is something that's happened to me. I went from losing, maybe like 6 to 9 pounds a month, right? At the beginning of my journey. Now I'm lucky if I lose 2 pounds in a month. The key point is to make sure you're doing all the things, prioritizing protein, getting in movement, staying hydrated, prioritizing fiber, right? Make sure you're in a calorie deficit. if you're tracking, you want to make sure you're in a calorie deficit and just keep on keeping on. I recently just moved up to 15 because my weight loss had stalled out. So moving up to 15, hoping to keep the forward momentum. Even if it's slow momentum, I'm okay with that as long as we've got forward momentum. So, okay, I'm going to hit the questions here because I got to wrap this up. Melanie, are you still taking the Herbatronics multivitamin? Herbatronics? I don't think that's the name of the brand of the multivitamin I was taking. I could be wrong. So no, I'm currently doing seed, and I've got a review that's going to be coming out on that. So, yeah. I don't think Herbatronics, is that the name of it? It's like the Whole Foods vitamin. Anyway, it's in the kitchen. If I get up, all the dogs are going to get up, so I can't get up and go get it. So, Melanie, we may have to circle back around to this. Okay. Okay, Jennifer says, for tummy constipation, take 1 teaspoon to tablespoon of MCT or coconut oil every morning. The lines, the tummy kills sulfa burps and assists with stopping moisture removal and things to slide along. Jennifer, why you made me read that out loud? So funny. I'm just kidding. This is great advice. There are a lot of people who do that. So, okay. All right. I'm going to slide down, make sure we get to all the questions before I have to go. Okay. Okay. I'm struggling a little on 5 milligram, not a plateau, but very slow. In week 13, much love from London. Hey. Okay. So again, you want to make sure you're doing all the things, right? Are you tracking your calories? Are you in a calorie deficit? Guys, you got to go to the tdeecalculator.net. Okay. Plug in all of your info. I recommend that people use it at the sedentary setting so that you can see how many calories, right, you would need. And then you scroll down. I have a video on how to use that site. You scroll down, you go to the cutting tab, it'll tell you what your calorie deficit is. Even if you don't want to track long term, track for a week and see how you're doing. Change it up when it comes to what you're eating. Get higher protein, right? Get higher fiber. Sometimes making those changes, like in exercise and your food, can make a huge difference and get that ball really rolling again. Oh my goodness. It's 2:21 a.m. in London. Oh man. Thank you so much for coming to the live. I super appreciate you. Kate, are you spamming me? What's happening? Repost the email address. I did. Hold on. Okay. It's in the comments. You're so funny. Let me know that you got it this time. Okay. All right. Let's see. I haven't followed anyone, but I've watched some videos, advice. I have been on 7.5 and the food cravings is out of control. I gained 15 to 17 pounds back. Suggestions. Honestly, so when it comes to dealing with cravings, not having satiety, and increased food noise, those are some of the main criteria for me for moving up in dose. And this is very, very common on 7.5, unfortunately. So I would say that at any point on any dose, if you are gaining this kind of weight back, you absolutely want to talk to your doctor about going up in dose. So yeah, but just so you know, this is very common on 7.5. So I don't want you to beat yourself up. I don't want you to feel bad about it. It just happens. And I can't explain it. I don't have a scientific reason for it. I just know it's very common on 7.5, and people usually move up one dose and, they get that kind of increased satiety back. They start losing weight again. So, definitely talk to your doctor about that. Okay. Doris said I sent you an email with a couple of questions. Okay, great. I probably won't get to it tonight, Doris. Don't be upset with me. Okay. Dun, dun. 925 Ladysmith. All right. Hi. Hey, how's it going? Oh, this is Seema. Hi, Seema. Thank you so much for coming to the live. I'm so sorry that I'm about to bail on you, but we're running 25 minutes overtime. We're in overtime here, people. Okay. All right, I just got to make sure we get. Oh, Sai said I'm a clinical researcher, so I have that research brain thing for things I inject in my body. I love that. I am not a clinical researcher, but I love that you are. So get to it. Double time. Okay. Hey, Debbie and Rick. Rick said he wants a t-shirt, gray, large. Okay. Tell him that we're working on it. We're going to work out. I'd like for everybody to have a couple of options that they can choose from. And then once it goes live, I'm going to get with, right? Couple threads on Etsy, threads with a Z, right? Okay. And we're going to come up with some options. So what you can do is you can either order from TikTok, order from Etsy, right? I'll get all the links and everything together for you guys so that you guys can order and help support a small business, because who doesn't want to do that? That just sounds awesome. And these shirts, I mean, they're going to be great, but I want to give people some options, because some people, they'll want something that says GLP-1 on it, and then some people will not. So tell Rick that we're going to have some options. Okay. And Debbie, thank you for being the go-between so that Rick and I can have a conversation, because we're all friends. And if you lived down the street, we'd be hanging out. All right. Uh-oh. Losing it Grizz said, I want a side hustle, but no OnlyFans. Yeah, I know, right? This is my late night brain, okay? This is not rated G for children, but I wonder, like, how would like a loose skin OnlyFans do? Does that just blow your mind? Because there's OnlyFans for everything, right? Because there's people that like everything. But could you imagine if that was a thing? It was like 3 people just dropped from the live. That's so funny. But could you imagine that if that became a thing? Imagine that on the news. GLP-1 users are now losing lots of weight and starting OnlyFans channels to pay for their surgery to remove loose skin. Tonight at 9. Be there or be square. Right? Could you imagine seeing that headline? I would be like, yes, go GLP-1 people. Anyway. Okay. But how many people are going to try those Starbucks protein lattes? That's a very good question. For me, it boils down to sugar. How much sugar is going to be in it, right? If it's going to be like super sugary, it wouldn't be worth it for me to try it, but we'll see. We'll see. I bet there's an OnlyFans market to watch us inject our love handles. You're so funny. Yes, probably. Okay. Everybody going to bed. Everybody going to bed. NAD comes with a 2-month package as far as I can see. Yes. And there's payment options. Thank you. Oh, Cloakster, did you get us the ratio? Okay. Here's the ratio we were talking about earlier. And then I really do have to get out of here, guys. The dogs are going to be so mad at me. Okay. Tirzepatide 5-1 GIP over GLP. Okay. So that's the ratio. Retatrutide 15-1 GIP over GLP. Okay. And then the retatrutide has the additional 9-1 with the glucagon, right? Because it's a 3 agonist. Cloakster, you are awesome. And I am going to screenshot that for later. Thank you. Because I'm sure that'll come up again. So thank you for looking that up for us. Da, da, da. Everybody talking about pictures. I'm late, but I'm here. Hey, just me, Marla. I'm so sorry. We're leaving. The show is over, my friend. But I'm so glad that you're here. Oh, yes. Okay. It was the name of it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of been my go-to for a very, very long time. The Whole Foods vitamin. So, yeah, you can't go wrong with that one. Okay, Debbie, I got here late. Unacceptable. But that's okay because you can watch the replay. Are you taking NAD Plus? Yes. Like it. Love it. I start next week. Fantastic. Yes. I have 2 videos out that about the NAD. One is about what it is, what it does, who does it, what's it for, how to get it. Okay. The second video is all about my experience. So, Debbie, definitely go check those out. Okay. Everybody's saying good night. We got to go to bed. We're turning into a pumpkin. Oh, okay. So you got it. Okay, great. I shall check the emails tomorrow. Don't everybody send me an email tonight, please. I need some sleep. I'll check the emails tomorrow. But good. I'm glad you got it. Hey, Gina, how's it going? Okay. I hope everybody is having a wonderful night. Okay. I'm coming through here to make sure I don't miss any last minute questions because I got behind here. I just want to, Mary Lynn, Elizabeth, I just want to say thank you for everything that you are always doing for us and sharing all the helpful information. You are very welcome. And just how freaking awesome you are all the time. You are awesome. You totally make my days. Thank you. Oh, that was so sweet. Now I'm going to get verklempt. Thank you. I super appreciate you. And you have made my night with this comment. Thank you so much. I love all of you guys. I love these lives. Like, you guys just don't understand. You are my people, right? You know how, like, you have people that you know, and you're like, meh, you can take them or leave them. But you guys, you're like my people. Like, I claim you. I claim this land for France. I claim you as mine. And I love you. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Gina's down for OnlyFans loose skin. It's probably a thing. It probably is. I'm probably missing out on tons of money. You know, it's just one of those things. Okay. Good night, everybody. I didn't look it up. I knew it. That's because you're a smart cookie. But thank you either way. Catch you on the rewind, which is the replay. GLP1 underscore nerd underscore awesome underscore love me some cloakster. Okay. Abby says, dang, I'm all late and whatnot. That's okay. It's totally okay. You can watch the replay, right? It'll give you something to do while you're getting ready tomorrow. Like you get up, you get going, and you listen to all the craziness that we had going on tonight because it was great. Thank you, Jazzy. You're so sweet. Okay. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much for coming to the live. Cloakster said, release the Kraken, or Kevin. Yes, Gina, my tribe. Yeah. There goes Bear. He's getting all wound up. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Everybody, good night. Farewell. Auf Wiedersehen. Goodbye. Thank you. I had so much fun. We had so many great questions. As you exit stage right, make sure that before you leave, you hit the like button because it really helps my channel. And if you haven't already, make sure that you check out everything down here below, right? We are stacking it up when it comes to coupon codes and saving you money. I'm out there, I'm running the game, right? It's GLP1 streets, and I'm hitting the streets, getting you the things. So make sure you check those out. If you haven't already, subscribe. I'd love to have you along for the ride. And as always, be kind, rewind. Everybody saying good night. Good night, everyone. Make sure if you're watching the replay that you comment down below and let me know that you are part of the replay crew because I love you too. And thank you everybody for hanging out with me tonight. I have to do my own music. I'm not like fancy, right? It's like I need like a fade out. Okay, Cloakster's asking for some Kevin. All right, hang on. You're going to see my pajama pants. Kevin, come here. I want to see you on the line. Come on. You ready? To come outside? Let's go. Come on. It's a good boy. Come on. I know. You're such a good puppy. All right, come on. Okay, I know. Come here. Come here, Kevin. Come here. I have to commandeer you for the live. Come here. Cloakster wants to see you. Kevin, come here. Come here. Yeah, you good boy. You good boy. Okay. Okay, come here. Come here. Yeah, you good boy. Okay, you can't get up here. You're too big. You're too big. You're a good boy. You're so big. Okay, here he is. Here's the Kevin. Here he is. He was asleep on my side of the bed. Okay, you guys ready to go outside? Yeah? We're going to go potty? Okay. Okay. And now, really, I'm out. Love you. Bye.